What I would like to talk about right now is something very controversial: tax, and why it is important for SB 19 and other artists to be given tax incentives in earnings abroad. SB 19 and other artists literally gambles every time they decided to have a show outside the Philippines. Remember this famous post from Vice Ganda? With the current corruption issues,
Ano ba ang kapangyarihan ay nasa inyo, mga
how could the government continuously excise enormous tax on artists who have been working so hard, literally sweat, blood, and tears, just to introduce Filipino talents abroad? If they succeed, our economy will be boosted and help the Philippines rise from poverty. Our government should provide tax incentive to SB 19s and all artist earnings from performances abroad. We all know how important taxes are, but providing incentive was not new to the Philippines. In South Korea, entertainment industry have been incentivized just to ensure they have the budget to broaden the scope of Korean entertainment industry. And look how developed they are now with the help of K-drama and K-pop popularity. We have the talent. All we need is a major break. In the Philippines, if you are a resident citizen, all gross income derived from worldwide sources are taxable. And that includes concert held outside the Philippines as long as you are a resident citizen, which SB 19 is. The sad truth is, Filipinos performing abroad can again be taxed for the same concert of the country where they are performing generally. United States of America, for example, can impose 30% withholding tax for the gross income from the performances in the US. However, since we have a treaty with them, there are some exemptions. The performances must not be longer than 89 days. The total gross income is less than 10 grand for a taxable year. Not, again, not per performance, but per taxable year. So technically, with all the US stops of SB 19 Simula at Wakas World Tour, including Hawaii, must be summed up. Obviously, they cannot avail of the exemption. So the Philippines and the United States of America both can impose tax on SB 19, and that is not a joke. And that, ladies and gentlemen, that is the main reason why SB 19 and other artists performing outside of the country should be given tax incentive for performances done abroad. For example, Coachella. I am not mentioning it just to ignite a regulated fire. We know how much massive opportunities Coachella can open for artists. However, do you know that for non-headliners or emerging artists, based on internet information, the most Coachella pays is only 15 grand USD. Any productions, overages, and extra personnel is out of the pocket of the artist. Cardi B was paid 70,000 USD per weekend performance, but spent 300,000 USD on her stage setup alone. In reality, non-headliners perform not for the money, but for the opportunities. It is a marketing investment. If a Filipino is paid by Coachella by 15,000 USD, less US tax and Philippine tax, do you imagine how much it will just be? And SB19 and other small companies will not be able to afford it. It is about time the government should do something about it. What do you think?